Hey everybody, PocketDefense.com here. Going to do a quick video review of a pistol, Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380. Smith & Wesson has come out with two pistols in this class, or in this series rather, the Bodyguard 380 in 380 ACP caliber and the Bodyguard 38 Special revolver. Both of these are in a class of polymer frame type guns. You know, people are looking for lighter frame guns. One of them's a revolver, one of them's a semi-auto, two different calibers. I want to do a quick disc review of this one, and this is going to be a quick one because, listen, there's nothing bad I can say about this gun. I'll compare it to a couple of its peers, but this gun has functioned flawlessly. When I first tried out the Bodyguard 380 and the 38 Special, I had to have one of these. As you know from our website, PocketDefense.com, I am a big fan of pocket pistols. I love the kel-tec P380. I like the Ruger, I guess it'd be the LCP, not as much as the kel-tec. But it leads us right here to philosophy of use on our checklist. The philosophy of use in these is a highly concealable pocket gun that you can carry around with you in your pocket. If you need it in an emergency, in a case of self-defense, it's there. Is it going to be as powerful, these pocket pistols, as a full 1911? No, it's not. But I can carry this in my pocket and no one knows I'm carrying it. That's the big difference, okay? So philosophy of use, these type pistols have created a market of themselves now that more and more people are carrying concealed in their pocket. Just look at the numbers of concealed weapons permits. They've shot up all over the country. And these are, the perfect type pistol for that. Number two here, the size and weight. It's typical size and weight for the pistols in this class. Pull up the mag here, make sure we're unloaded, obviously. We are. I had already checked it before the video. But this gun's going to be slightly larger than the LCP and the P3AT from Ruger and from kel-tec, respectively. If you put this particular plate on the magazine, it comes with both a flat and a little finger extension there. It's going to be about a ½ inch longer down here than the kel-tec and the Ruger. If you look at the muzzle end of the gun out of the box, this is going to be a little bigger. Why? What Smith has done here is they've incorporated an insight laser into the frame in both of the Bodyguard pistols. Now, if you compare this out of the box with a kel-tec or a Ruger, this is going to be bigger on this end because the laser's included. However, if you compare it with those two, Ruger and kel-tec 380s, with the Crimson Trace laser attached to those, then this is going to be smaller. So while it may seem larger sitting on a table, it's actually, when you compare apples and apples, it's actually smaller. Weight, very comparable. Slightly heavier than I guess the kel-tec would be in the Ruger LCP, but it's so minimal, it's not a problem. Firepower, the 380 ACP, in my opinion, is ample to defend yourself. I'll probably get a million comments about that, but the point is, if you practice a lot, okay, if you spend your time at the range, it won't matter if you're carrying a 22, you can defend yourself. The reason people think they need a bigger gun is because they're not accurate with the one that they have. Okay, firepower, the magazine holds 6 shots. So you got six rounds here. I believe this is ample for self-defense for you and your family. That debate about the caliber itself is for another video review. Accuracy and field report. This weapon has been as accurate as I would expect it to be for a short-barreled 380. Okay, no problems there. I will say this: it has yet to fail. After hundreds of rounds, it has not skipped a beat. It has flawless performance. And I have shot every kind of ammo. My reloads will generally not have a problem with a jam, and they didn't here. No brand of ammo had any problems. Even the cheap stuff, nothing. This thing really performs like a sewing machine. It runs, and it runs great. No complaints. I didn't have any complaints about any of the controls on the gun in the field. We're looking here at number 5, ergonomics. The controls on this gun are self-explanatory. Mag release. The mag release is not so weak of a spring that you bump it and it just pops out. You kind of have to push on it, so that's good. One control this gun has that others in its class do not have, or a lot of them don't have, is an actual manual safety. Okay. Don't really know why you need it on a double action only gun. However, it makes some people feel safer that they can put the gun on safe. All right. This gun has a slide lock, slide release in its normal place right here. And one of the nice things about this gun is when you're on the last round of a magazine and you fire, it will lock open. That's something a lot of guns in this class do not have. So I've been real pleased with that. You know, you empty the mag, you put a new mag in there. The release is strong enough. Obviously it's locked back, but it holds well. And it's not so stiff you can't release it fairly easily. This is your takedown pin. It's a simple rotate and pull type takedown pin. Gun field strips very easily. The sights on this gun, as you can see, they're typical dovetail type sights there. Everybody knows how they work. It doesn't, they're dark, but really in a self-defense type situation, if you're practiced, the gun should be an extension of your arm without any problems for finding your target. The feel of this gun is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. If you're familiar with the Smith & Wesson M&P, it's almost a scaled down version of that. Even the polymer frame looks almost like the rubbery finish of the M&P. It's actually polymer, but man, it feels great. This is the best feeling gun in this class, in my opinion. It feels like you're holding a more substantial gun than a lot of the competitors. I've carried a kel-tec in my pocket a long time. This doesn't really feel any bigger. That little bit there doesn't bother me on the magazine. But man, when you need to go to the range and shoot, this thing just feels much better in your hands. It's just finished out better. The only complaint about this gun from some people will be the trigger. Okay, if you'll watch, it is a long trigger. It's very long. But if you watch the hammer as we squeeze right here, watch the hammer, it comes a long way back before it releases. Now, after about a box of ammo, this trigger, though it's long, kind of tough to pull, a little heavier, not too bad, not like a Smith revolver or anything. It stages really easily. It's not a two-stage trigger, but you fire, boom, you get it, and you pull to here, and it's like there's a natural staging position in there. So it has been no problem with me. I like having a tough trigger that's in my pocket anyway. If a gun's in my pocket and I know that trigger's not going to get, accidentally pulled, it makes me feel more safe anyway. So ergonomics here, great, love it. Accessories versatility, no really accessories here. It's a brand new offering from Smith & Wesson. I believe it's a very versatile pistol because not only could you shoot this gun at the range for fun, it doesn't wear your hand out. So it's a good range gun just for practice. The ammo is not terribly expensive if you can just, kind of watch where you shop. You could step a woman into this gun without, it doesn't have massive recoil. It doesn't snap really that bad. It actually, to me, the recoil is a little less than the kel-tec P380 and the Ruger LCP. That may be because the ones that I've fired didn't have a laser, and if you add the weight, the balance seems to be a little better here. Look at number 7, value. Hands down, this is the best value in the class. If you buy the kel-tec P380 or Ruger LCP, the primary competitors, they will be cheaper than this, $279 to $299. However, if you add $100 plus Crimson Trace laser to them, you're going to be up at $400. This gun here, if you will shop, you can get for $359, as low as $339, maybe at a gun show. You can get a deal on this, and it includes the laser. Okay, and the laser is a simple button, and there's on both sides. They say it's ambidextrous. It's not really an ambidextrous gun. Easy for me to say, because all the controls are on the left side. But what this little button here, I was worried that it would come on accidentally. What it allows you to do is, depending on how you hold a semi-auto pistol, you can either bump it on with your left hand here, or with your trigger finger when it's in the safe position. It's just right there. And what you do is, when you press it once, you get a solid laser. When you press it again, you get a pulsating laser, and then you press it again, it's off. It's easy enough to turn it on. yet it's not such an easy button that it gets turned on in my pocket. It has never turned itself on in my pocket. Kudos to Insight and Smith on this laser. The only weakness here is the laser is not as bright as a Crimson Trace laser. Don't let that bother you. Doesn't matter. It's plenty bright. Okay. Durability and reliability. Love it, love it, love it. It's been very durable, very reliable. I think it's going to be great. Track records yet to be determined on this. We're going to find out. But if you're looking in the market now for a pocket type pistol, this Bodyguard 380 is a phenomenal gun. I believe it leads the class. Smith & Wesson is going to sell a lot of these. So anyway, go out there and practice. We don't need more gun owners. We need more shooters. Go practice. Happy shooting.